In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I will create privacy for camping in my 2007 Honda CRV. Hi, I'm Hilma Volk from Turtle Trekker. This is my dog Wrinkles. Hi. And in my first video of a no-build Honda CRV, I made a very simple platform for my bed, but also increased enormously the amount of storage that I could have for car camping. Instead of just for a week of car camping, I made it so I could last for a couple weeks. But my intent is to get a van in the fall. Yeah, she's dreaming. I'm not dreaming, it'll happen. And in this video, I'm going to show you what I am doing to ensure privacy in my van while I'm sleeping, when I'm changing clothes, and while I am using the toilet, because I also have a video that I made of using this tiny little toilet for emergency use inside my car. Trip tips. And that's in another video. I still don't see why you need a toilet. Anyway, here we go. Well, I'm going to start with these back windows first. And what I'm going to do is trace around the back window with newspaper. And then I've got a piece of white foam board, and I'm using it just because I happen to have it. Now there is black foam board, which I can get for $1 at the Dollar Tree if they still have it. But I've already had white foam board on hand, and if that works, then I will switch to the black. But let me trace the newspaper first. Well, I've got my newspaper pattern cut out, and I wish I had brought tape with me. I'm at a park right now. And I will trace that onto the foam board, but I'm going to make the outline bigger on the foam board, maybe by 1/4 of an inch or a little bit more maybe. There's my outline on the foam board, and next I just cut it with scissors. Now for a trial fitting. Obviously too big, which is better than too small. Well, after trial and error, I got it to fit. It's not perfect, but it'll do for a pattern. And I could have used cardboard. And that's looking from the outside. For the back window, I cut out a pattern out of newspaper, and then I cut out a piece of cardboard, made it just a little bit bigger than the pattern, so I could always trim it down. And I used a serrated kitchen knife to cut the cardboard. Well, I trimmed a little too much off in places, but I'm not trying to do any self-camping anyway. What I want to do is have privacy for sleeping and for changing clothes. And the outside, of course, my windshield is, or my back window is dirty, but pretty private, huh? This was from a cardboard box, obviously, and I could, if I wanted to be fancy, put fabric on this side, glue it on, and paint the other side black, but I think I'll just leave it this way. Since it was from a cardboard box, it folds up in two pretty nicely. Good enough. For the back window, I made a rough pattern out of cardboard. I got it a little bit wrong. If I wanted to keep something like that, I could always fill in the gaps by folding duct tape over it, if you know what I mean. And let's take a look at the outside. Well, that is pretty private. Well, I took a sheet and made a really crude curtain for the driver's side window. And the problem is I would have to use Velcro where I got it taped on the bottom. And so I'd have to undo all that Velcro every time I wanted to open the door. And I got it up top with those little clips that you can get at a... I got these at the dollar store. You can get them at a stationery store, whatever. I quickly decided that curtains would not be great for the front windows, but I did think the small blanket hang up would be good for front to back privacy. I'll have to do something else for the driver's side and passenger side windows in the front. But the blanket is simply held on with these clamps. The blanket would also help hide things you have in the front seat when you're not driving. But while I'm thinking about it, the same type of blanket and the same type of clamps could be used for privacy on the back windows. So now I'm in the process of making a newspaper pattern for the driver's side window, and of course it'll be the same pattern for the one on the passenger side. And there's a pretty rough mock-up I made with my cardboard. Fortunately, I've kept a lot of old boxes. And that's looking from the outside. All you can see right now is reflections. Well, that was part 2 of my Honda CRV no build and how I was going to get privacy. And if you missed part 1, it was how I made a platform for my bed and storage bins underneath it. Thought you took it out. Yeah, because I needed my car for other stuff. It's a no build. And in this one I showed how I'm going to get privacy. Thought you didn't finish. When are you gonna finish it? The curtains and all that. Eventually. Right now there's other videos I want to do. Oh, that reminds me. If you missed the first one, I've got a link in the description and also at the end. And also, I've got a video on the toilet I'm going to be using for emergencies inside my car. I don't know why you need toilets. How are they gonna subscribe and like and share and all that good stuff if you don't finish? Leave a comment.